Hey, it's Anthony with Land Title. I wanted to bring you your first snow update for October. Here it is, November 1st, and we're diving into kind of in a very interesting time of year. Now, normally seasonally, in the fourth quarter, we would see things start to trend down, which in some ways we are, and in some ways we're not, right? It really seems that buyer behavior is increasing, and it's really changing some things coming off of this very slow and steady market. Now, average sales price, 1,067,000, almost identical to this time last year. Month over month, it's way up again. It tends to bounce around a little bit depending on what the luxury market's doing here. But if you look at the median has really stabilized more, a little bit above where we were this time last year. So this is a good sign that the health of the market is still there. Even if the average is down a little bit, that might be composition of sales, but the median suggests that the average home buyer is actually, still purchasing houses, and that housing stock is worth more than it was a year ago. Now, the attached market, on the other hand, is where all the gloom and doom sort of feels in the marketplace, right? Because there's a lot on the market, not a lot is selling in the attached market. Certain markets are and certain markets aren't, right? So we really need to look into our submarkets more. But those condo townhouses, median's down 1%. The average is down substantially more than that from this time last year. And that market is a little bit tougher. So it takes a lot more diving into, but keep your eyes peeled if you have a condo or townhouse, just on kind of what that market's doing and some of the challenges it's facing. If you look at it by price per square foot, the condo townhouse is maybe a little deceiving because we had such a bad month the previous year, but we're still generally down below where we were this time last year for price per square foot. Detached single family homes were right in line with what you would expect. It shows 2% off year over year, but it's almost 6.5% up from this time last month. So take that with a grain of salt. If you look at kind of the average, very stable market here in Boulder County as far as housing price. Now, supply of inventory has been dropping for 4 straight months. New listings are coming in more than they were this time last year. So we have more listings coming to market, and we have less inventory on the market, but we're not selling as many homes as we're seeing new listings. So all that means is people are getting frustrated earlier, and they're withdrawing homes from the market at a faster pace than we've seen in the past. This is the second straight month with a substantial amount of homes that are getting withdrawn from the market, right? Our supply of inventory is only 3.4% drop from this time last year to 1,292 units. If you look at it from the demand side, we have 330 going under contract, and this is kind of our shining light, right? The pendings is really one of those of like, hey, the market's shifting a little bit. The last 2 months, we've seen better under contracts than we did before, right? It shows us that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Those interest rates came down, buyers came to market in a hurry. And even though today we're sitting somewhere around 7% interest rates, not, maybe just below that, the buyers, because of the Fed news, really started to come back to market when interest rates are a little bit more favorable. Now, they're substantially better than they were a year ago, and I think that helps, but consumers are finally starting to act. So between an increase in under contracts, an increase in units on the market, and an increase in withdrawn listings, you're seeing month supply of inventory drop to 3.8 months. It's a little bit more competitive out there. If you have third quarter listings that are coming on the market, or even listings in November and December, it will be a better situation than it was a year ago. That's great news, right? Love to hear fourth quarter good news. Now, the interesting part is, with all that being said, average days in MLS are exactly what they were a month ago, or last month, right? September, October, really very similar to August, 50 days in MLS. It's only about 13% increase from this time last year. And the percentage sold price to list price is identical to this time last month too. So here in October, we're sitting at 97.9%, a little bit worse than it was a year ago. But honestly, this is exactly what you expect, except normally we would be going down, right? Days in MLS would be going up because it is the fourth quarter. But with that added behavior from our buyers and those expired listings coming off, you're seeing more of a stability in the fourth quarter. Now, that's a really good sign if you're a seller. If you're a buyer, this means you probably should act sooner than later if you're thinking about getting into the marketplace. Now, if we look at the showings, buyers are already coming off of the sidelines. You can see normally this time of year, we trend down, right? Showings slow down, takes longer to go under contract, takes more showings to go under contract, but exactly the opposite is happening right now in October. So we saw 14.2 showings per listing in September. It only took 13 showings to go under contract in October, and a 0.3% increase in showings per listing. So even though 4.3 is very slow and it feels very slow. That number of showings right now is very good. 7.5% increase in showings. We're very excited to see that buyers are coming back to market a little bit earlier. Fourth quarter should feel a little bit better than it did last year. And hopefully that means we go into the new year with some really good news. So I'll get the big data out to you as soon as we can. Usually it comes out about the 10th of the month. If you need any of the submarkets, we do everything from basically the Wyoming border all the way down through Colorado Springs at this point. So reach out to me if you have listings in certain areas or buyers you're working with in areas that are outside of Boulder County, or if they just need more hyper local information. I'm always here for you. Hopefully we'll catch you next time. Bye.